Good morning, everyone. In the last class in the medical nursing, we have discussed regarding the increased ICP. So, in this session, we will be continuing with the remaining portions of cerebral edema, that is the also the increased ICP. So, I hope in the last class we were completed up to pathophysiology. Okay. Now we will be continuing with the clinical manifestation and the further remaining portions of increased ICP as well as the cerebral edema. So now let's move on to the clinical manifestation. So first of all, we have to keeping in mind the entire body functions is being carried out by the brain. So here the brain is itself is getting an insult. So the entire body function will be altered. So a system-wise analysis, system-wise changes, system-wise signs and symptoms may happen to patients. So generally, we have to keeping in mind regarding some of the main points like the patients may exhibit behavior changes, changes in level of consciousness, that is LOC, loss of consciousness. This one is the first sign a person will be showing with the increased ICP or cerebral edema. Then headache, it will be having it's very severe and it is due to compression of other intracranial structures, and it will be continuously the patient will be exhibiting headache, and this will be worsen in the morning. Lethargy, a kind of fatigueness patient may experience. Some of the nervous system symptoms including weakness, numbness, uh, eye movement problems, double vision, etc. Then seizures may develop by the patient. Then vomiting when brain injury or the ICP is getting increasing, the patient will be having projectile vomiting. That is a peculiar feature here. That is projectile vomiting, and due to the this projectile vomiting will be occurring due to the compression of CTZ. CTZ means chemoreceptor trigger zone. T is said, and hereby the mechanism of means this is the area where which is present in our medulla oblongata, medulla in our brainstem, and this will be regulating the water balance, vomiting, everything is being controlled over here, and this area is getting compressed because of increasing ICP. Then the patient will be developing projectile vomiting. So these are the basic features we have to keeping in mind generally. Now, in each area we have to focus more. Then only the entire clinical features can be um, included in not only for our class purpose, even in our exam also. Whenever this question is being asking, uh, this clinical features itself can be asked as a single question. So this have to be keeping in mind in a wide elaborated form. That is, you should know thorough explanations and descriptions regarding each points. So in changes in vital signs, here it indicates the increased pressure on the thalamus, hypothalamus, pons and medulla. As we explained in the CT is that is the projectile vomiting explanation. Again, these areas like thalamus, hypothalamus, pons as well as medulla is being also compressed by the due to this increased pressure. So the vital signs may change, and these vital signs changes are exhibiting with an interesting name, that is Cushing's triad. Cushing triad, we can call it as Cushing triad. Sometimes you may heard this word as Cushing reflex syndrome. So here it includes, it's a group of symptoms, that is changes in vital signs. Together we will be calling as Cushing triad. Okay. So here what will happen? The patient will be having elevated systolic blood pressure BP, elevated BP, bradycardia will be the widening of pulse pressure. So more elaborately we can we can remember this question triad as you have to keeping in mind this picture, and in exam purpose also you can use this. So the systolic blood pressure will be increasing, the diastolic blood pressure will be decreasing, and there will be causing widening of the pulse pressure. In this picture you can see the systolic BP is increasing, diastolic BP is decreasing. So the pulse pressure, I hope you all know what is pulse pressure. Pulse pressure means it is the difference between systolic as well as the diastolic pressure. So when this systolic is increasing and diastolic is decreasing, obviously and definitely the pulse pressure will be widened. That is, it will be more. So widening of the pulse pressure will occur, and pulse decreases. That is bradycardia. The patient will be having bradycardia. So these are things you have to keeping in mind. Cushion triad means elevated systolic BP, bradycardia will be the widening of pulse pressure. This is the thing you have to keep in mind. Whenever you heard the word increased ICP or cerebral edema like that, you should understood clearly cushion triad will be there. Clear. Then changes in body temperature, that is whenever the hypothalamus is getting affected, hypothalamus is getting compressed due to increased pressure, this changes in body temperature will also happen. Then some of the ocular signs like compression of cranial nerve, that is pupillary dilation will occur. Fixed unilateral dilated pupil may occur, that is due to herniation of brain. Then optic, that is optic changes, that is due regarding the vision, blurred vision may occur. Diplopia may occur. Trochlear and abducens, that means these all are the cranial nerves we have already studied. So when these nerves are getting affected, the eye movements will be getting altered. So these all are the ocular signs that may happen while the ICP is getting increasing. Cushion triad, we have seen this. Now regarding the motor function, this one is very important because some of the features is being exhibited by the patient, like motor functions will be decrease. It's comparatively it will be reduced very badly. Then the patient may have chondrolateral hemiparesis or hemiplegia, that is weakness. Chondrolateral means the area or the side opposite to the injury. If the person is developing cerebral edema over the left side of the brain, the patient may exhibit the signs and symptoms to right side of either the right leg, right hand, or the right side weakness will be happening. That is chondrolateral injury to one side, and the exhibition of the signs and symptoms will be to the opposite side. That is chondrolateral. So, in addition to this point, you may heard ipsilateral. Ipsilateral means same side of injury. The injury, for example, injury is to the left side means the signs and symptoms will be occurring into the left side only. That is ipsilateral. If the injuries happen to the left side of the brain, but the signs and symptoms are to the right side of the brain, means that is known as chondrolateral. Then decortication. Decortication and decerebration. Decortication posture or the decorticate posture and the decerebration posture. This is very common when the patient is developing increased ICP. Then you have to keeping in mind this one of this picture. This is available in every textbook. So here you should know what is the basic difference between these two postures. So decerebrate means this is due to damage to the upper brainstem. Due to the damage to upper brainstem. So here the position of the person will be arms are adducted. Adducted means closed version, and it will be extended. This picture may you can easily understand. Arms are adducted, extended, wrists are pronated, and the fingers are flexed. Legs are stiffly extended with the plantar flexion of the feet. This is the extension with the plantar flexion of the feet. Now we are having decorticate posture. This is results from damage to one or both corticospinal tract. Due to damage to corticospinal tract, here arms are adducted again, flexed the same, with the wrist and fingers are flexed on the chest. This is the difference between decerebrate and decorticate. Here, flexion to the chest. Then legs are stiffly extended and internally rotated with the plantar flexion of the feet. This is the two posters with difference.